Shalom Akim. Call Halom La Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Yahawashi. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahawah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatha. Alright. So this lesson is going to, it's going to be about self-examination. Self-examination. As we should always be examining ourselves, daily. Right? As the scriptures tell us to do. Examine yourselves. Let me grab that. Let me grab that. 2 Corinthians. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 13. Verse 5, it says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahawah Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates? You see, because every day, this is a daily activity, especially now considering the times that we're in. You know what I'm saying? The times that we're in, we need to be asking ourselves the question: Is the fight worth it? Is it worth the fight? You have to know that. You know what I'm saying? You have to ask that in yourself. Is the fight worth it? Because we're about to come into some times where, you know what I'm saying, we may lose it all. We may lose it all. You know what I'm saying? They got this they got the inoculation ready for y'all. You know what I'm saying? They got these vaccines ready for you, ready to roll out. It's just been approved over in Russia, over in the UK. You know what I'm saying? America is next. Now more than ever, you need to be asking yourself: is it worth the trouble? Is it worth the trial and the tribulations? You know what I'm saying? Is it worth the struggle? Because a lot of people are going to fail in this test. This is the final test that we about to be faced. Because don't believe for a second that the RFID identification chip is coming right after. You know what I'm saying? Do not believe for a second that it's not coming right after this vaccine. All right? The inoculation is only to get you ready for it. You know what I'm saying? It's been proven. It's been proven time and time again. You know what I'm saying? I've done it in previous videos how they're going to use this. They're going to use this inoculation to make you devoid of your faith. To make you they're trying to take away what's known as the God gene. You know what I'm saying? You can Google that. God gene. What is the God gene? You know what I'm saying? It's a particular gene that they have found in the human mind. You know what I'm saying? That is prone to believing in the Most High. And they're trying to take that gene out. That's why so many reports are coming out saying that they found a way to replace this gene and this code inside your DNA. That's why the inoculation is going inside you. That's what this is about. So if you're devoid of that faith, then that means you're going to be much more complacent, or not complacent, but much more cooperative. when it comes to taking the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Which is the mark of the beast. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So now more than ever, you need to be asking yourself, is the fight worth it? Is the fight worth it? Is losing your homes worth it? Because like they're telling you right now, it's not going to be mandatory. It's not going to be mandatory to take this vaccine. It's not going to be mandatory. That's what they say. Let's get that in. Let's get that in the book of. You know what? I believe I want it in the New Testament. Let's go. I believe it's Thessalonians. Here we go. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahawah so cometh as a thief in the night." Those of you who have been paying attention, those of you who have been paying attention to these lessons, you know what I'm saying? Those who have been listening to the prophets out here, you know what I'm saying? Who's been warning of this inoculation that's on its way. You know how I don't need to write to you. I don't need to do this lesson for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know perfectly. You know perfectly. You already know what's going down, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been taking heed, you have been building your faith. You've been calling to the Most High. You've been praying. You've been fasting. You've been doing whatever you needed to do to seek His face and to get on His good side. You've been doing that. You've been building the faith. You know what I'm saying? You've been reading the scriptures. You've been going to the old accounts of what went down in the old days, how the Most High took care of His people. You know what I'm saying? How the Most High did not turn His back on those who sought after Him, on those who diligently sought Him. All right, so it says, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahawah so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." You see what I'm saying? What's happening right now? They're talking about take this vaccine, get inoculated, and then you'll be able to go back to normal. Then you'll be able to go back to your lives. You know what I'm saying? Go back to your meaningless lives. They're telling you this. The scriptures say He will give you hope. He will give you hope. But understand, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction is coming, man. Sudden destruction is coming. Don't believe this damn devil. Don't believe him. This is the book of Sirach. Book of Sirach, chapter 12. Let's see. As a matter of fact, let's go to chapter 13. Sirach chapter 13, verse 6. It says, "If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope." That's what's happening, man. That's what's happening. He will put you in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, "What wantest thou?" He's saying all of a sudden, they done found Jesus, right? They done found Jesus. And so now they realize after 400 years that, oh yeah, you've been oppressed, you've been trodden down, you've been without health care, you've been without educations and all that. Like, dude, you crackers been known that. Why all of a sudden you're acting like we, you know what I'm saying? Like you care. Why now of all times? That's a red flag. That's a red flag. What's the scripture say? The scripture say a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Let's go there. Let's go to Proverbs. I believe it's the 21st chapter. Let's see. No, it's 22nd. Proverbs 22. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. You see what I'm saying? The simple pass on and are punished, but the prudent man will foresee that evil and step away. It will step away from it. You see what I'm saying? But what happens when you decide to step away? All hell's finna break loose in your life. What happens when you decide not to follow the multitude? When you decided not to go along with the crowd? All hell breaks loose, man. This is the book of Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. Prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And constantly endure. And make no haste in time of trouble. Make no haste in time of trouble. The trouble's coming. Everybody's going to take haste. They're going to make haste to get that to get that vaccine. They're going to make haste to get jabbed in the arm, to get the inoculation so they can go to work, so they can go to school. You know what I'm saying? So they can continue to make their money, so they can continue to go and travel. They're going to make haste in time of trouble. But the righteous, the elect, they're going to endure. The elect are going to endure in these tough times. Leaning on what? Not on themselves, but on the Most High. Leaning on the Most High. That's what's going to happen. All right, so let's go to Philippians. This is Philippians chapter 3, verse 12. Philippians chapter 3, verse 12, it says, not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Yahawah HaMashiach. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended. You see what I'm saying? We don't count ourselves worthy to be the elect. We don't count ourselves as being the elect, at this present time. No, man, we don't do that. Because we don't know who the Most High is going to choose. That's why we keep striving. That's why we keep seeking his face. That's why we keep these laws. That's why we continue to fear him, because we don't know. We don't know. That's why we are the hopeful elect. We are the hopeful elect. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh in Yahawashi. See what I'm saying? I press toward the mark. What is that mark? What is that mark spoken of right here in Philippians? It's talking about a goal. It's talking about the goal. We have to reach towards the goal. Verse 15, it says, let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if in anything ye be otherwise minded, the Most High shall reveal even this unto you. If your mind ain't right, the Most High is going to reveal it to you. You see what I'm saying? The scriptures say there's nothing here that shall not be revealed. Right? If you're a coward in this time, the Most High is going to reveal that to you. He's going to reveal that to you. If you're a traitor, the Most High is going to reveal that to you. If you grimy, the Most High is going to reveal it. He's going to reveal all of it. He's going to reveal all of it. If you are dedicated, if you're diligent, the Most High is going to reveal that to you. If you slacken, the same thing. The same thing. The Most High is going to show you where it's at. And it's up to you to make the choice of what you're going to do. Ask yourself, is it worth the fight? Let's go to Matthew chapter 6. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahawah and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. You have to seek first the Most High's kingdom. Don't worry about what's going on right now. Don't worry about what's going down, man. Because a lot of people are going to lose faith. A lot of people are going to buckle. You see what I'm saying? Their knees going to buckle, man, when they see the troops. When they see the enemy come in like a flood, oh, they're going to buckle, man. They're going to buckle when they see the guillotines, and when they see the mass extermination in these streets. Oh, they're going to buckle real quick, man. They're going to buckle real quick. Anything. I'll take the inoculation. I'll take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Jab it right in my arm. I'll take it. Just don't hurt my kids. Just don't hurt my wife. I'll take it. You see what I'm saying? You have to understand what times we in, man. You see, this is what the Christian church ain't going to prepare y'all for. This is what the Christian church ain't going to prepare y'all for. That's why these so-called Christians are pulling out all the stops, because they see all these members that are walking away from the church. Because all those members are looking at the prophets out here on the street corners that's teaching the correct doctrines. That's teaching them who they are. That's teaching them what they need to be doing to get salvation. That's teaching them that there ain't no rapture, that you're going to have to endure. That you're going to have to endure. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that. That leads right to my next precept. The water Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Let's go to Acts chapter 14. Verse 22, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. I'm exhorting you right now. I'm encouraging you right now. Continue in the faith. You're going to have to see loved ones go. You're going to have to see that. Many of you will be betrayed. You see what I'm saying? The servant is not above his master. If he was betrayed, if he was talked down on, if he was persecuted wrongfully, the same's going to happen to his servants. It's no different. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. What does it mean to be a disciple? To be a disciple means to be disciplined in the ways of one's teacher. You see what I'm saying? And who's our teacher? Who's our teacher? We have to follow in the ways of Yahawah HaMashiach, man. And those of us who have had teachers amongst the prophets, you see what I'm saying? We give honors to our prophets. We give honors to those that taught us. That's just the way order is. That's just the way it goes, man. So I'm exhorting you right now to continue in the faith, that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahawah. This is not what these Christian churches will tell you. This is not what T.D. Jakes will tell you, or Creflo Dollar, or Joel Osteen, or Benny Hinn, or Juanita Bynums, or none of these pulpit pimps And none of these false prophets, they will not tell you the truth. Even in Israel, even amongst those who know they Israelites, individuals like Bishop Nathaniel, people like General Yohana. These people aren't telling you the truth. They're not telling you what's coming. They're not telling you that Jacob's trouble is coming, man. It says through much tribulation we must enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Let's go. Let's continue, man. This is 2nd Esdras. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 7. Verse 2. It says, and he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go in at a time. If this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall go through the dangers, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? How? There's only one way for us to get to the prize, man. The prize of the high calling. The scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen. Why? Because the scriptures say broad is the way that leads to destruction. Narrow is the way that leads to salvation, and few will find it. Ask yourselves the question, is it worth the fight? Is it worth the fight? What do we get for fighting this? What do we get for enduring this? These tests, these trials, these tribulations that's coming, what do we get in exchange? Ask yourselves, man. The scriptures say through the scriptures we get hope. Let me grab that real quick. Let's go to Romans. Let's see. Let me start off with Romans chapter 5, verse 3. Romans 5 and 3, it says, and not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. Hope. We have hope, man. See if I can find this precept. Here we go. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. See what I'm saying? So what do we get in exchange for following the Lamb of the Most High? What do we get in exchange for being disciplined disciples? What do we get for saying no to this world? Huh? Because in this world, to succeed in this world, you get a Ferrari. Huh? You can get a Lamborghini. You can get all these big old mansions and whatnot. But you still subject to Satan, man. You still subject to these devils who call themselves white. You still subject. You still subject to these curses. They don't let up. They don't let up. It don't matter if you become a successful millionaire or somebody or whoever. You know what I'm saying? You could be Michael Jordan. Huh? You could be Michael Jordan. But all those riches are not gotten, you know what I'm saying, without ill-gotten gain. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, they didn't get their riches and all that stuff from being good people. No. This is not, riches in this world is not gained by righteousness. It's not gained through righteousness. You have to understand that. And we don't look for that. What we look is for what the Most High is finna give us. For our diligence. For our patience. For our hard work. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they can still die. They still die. But what happens in righteousness? What the Most High is finna give us is something that you cannot put a price on. You can't put a price on immortality. You can't put a price on heavenly rulership. You can't put a price on spiritual powers. What the world calls superpowers, that's spiritual power. That's spiritual power. The things that you see in the Marvel movies and whatnot, that's spiritual. And it's written all throughout the scriptures that we will get that power. Those of the elect of the children of Israel. No other nation gets this. Why do you think Esau hates us so much? Why do you think these so-called white people hate these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians so damn much? It's because we are given what they desire. We have the birthright. They don't. They sold it. Their forefather Esau sold it to our forefather Jacob. And they despise us for it. They want that birthright back. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 23. It says, but every man in his own order. Yahawashi, the first fruits. The first fruits are the 144,000. After the 12 of his disciples. Yahawashi, you see what I'm saying? And every man in his own order. Yahawashi, the first fruits, after they that are Yahawashi's at his coming. So after the first fruits, which are the 12 and the 144,000, it will be the mass multitude of Israelites that was scattered throughout all the nations and tongues and peoples. The 1/3. This is what's going to be the foundation of the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? Verse 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, for he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. You see what I'm saying? That's what's coming our way, man. Let's get a little more. Let's get a little more. All right. So let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 38. I'm gonna try and wrap this up. I gotta get up out of here. This is 1 Corinthians 15:38. It says, but Yahawah giveth it a body, as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh. One kind of flesh of men, another of fish. Salaki. Let me read that again. It says, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies, and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. We're about to get new bodies. The elect are going to get new bodies. Incorruptible bodies. The kind of bodies that cannot perish, cannot get sick, cannot get weak, cannot be bruised. You see what I'm saying? Let's get this. Verse 24, it says, so also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption. It is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. Right? Let's jump on down. Let's keep this going. It says verse 29 says, and as we have borne the image of the earthly, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahawah, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, meaning all die, but we shall all be changed. We shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, when the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. It says, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks to power which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahawah Mashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of Yahawah, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in Yahawah. Ask yourselves, is it worth the fight? Because this fight is going to be brutal. You're going to have to see a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of uncomfortable things that you thought you would never see in your life, ever. The scriptures say this is a time like none other. It is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Prepare your minds, gird up your loins, get yourselves prepared for this. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say put on the whole armor of the Most High, so that you can withstand these terrible times, man. The scriptures say in Isaiah 33:6, it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be stability of thy times, and those times that's coming are evil. Those times that's coming are evil. And it's right around the corner. Get yourselves prepared for it. Because we got something great coming on the other side. Something that Edom wants so badly. He wants to be able to travel the stars. We will be able to. He won't, but we will. But we will. You see what I'm saying? He desires immortality. He won't get that. We will. All these other nations, they're not getting that promise. We get that promise. As it is written in Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, 31st verse. As it is written in Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 8. both of these covenants are for us. Both of these promises, the old and the new covenant, they are for us and us alone. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon. Let's get another example of the power that we about to get from our Heavenly Father, man. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, verse 4 says, "For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the power proved them, and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations, and have dominion over the people. And their Lord shall reign forever." Who is that? Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Verse 9, it says, "They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect." This is about the elect, man. The elect are going to have power in that day. You see what I'm saying? No one's going to be able to stand before us, man. No one. Beginning with our King, Yahawah, no one's going to be able to stand before us. From the least of us to the greatest of us, man. Let me get that precept. Man. This is Zechariah chapter 13. Let's see. Chapter 12. Zechariah chapter 12 verse 8, it says, "In that day shall Yahawah defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David." So the least of us is going to be able to take down tens of thousands of men. The weakest of us is going to be able to take down tens of thousands of men. Those among the elect. Let's get that. It says, "And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angels of Yahawah before them." You see what I'm saying? The least of us are going to have superpowers. The least of us are going to have superpowers, man. It's going to be magnificent. But the house of David, the 144,000, boy, they're going to be on a whole other level. A whole nother level, man. A whole nother level. For those who I mention this all the time. For those who watch the Dragon Ball Z series, there was always levels to the Super Saiyan, right? You had your Saiyan, your average Saiyan. Then you had a Super Saiyan. And the Super Saiyan came in levels. You see what I'm saying? These people know who we are. It's not a coincidence that the Saiyans were known as monkeys. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that the Saiyans were a warrior race. Huh? The movie 300 was based off the Israelites. It's not a coincidence. All right, so let's see what the kingdom's gonna look like. Let's see what the kingdom's going to look like. Let's go to Revelations chapter 21. Revelations chapter 21, verse 2. It says, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband." Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. This is going to be marvelous, man. This is going to be marvelous. Now understand that this is beginning first with the people of Israel, because Jerusalem is always a people before it's a place, man. When you go into the scriptures, it describes Israel, Jerusalem, Zion as the people first before the inhabited land. All right, let's go to verse 12. It says, "And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb." Let's jump to verse 17. It says, "And he measured the wall thereof, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass." We're going to be looking at transparent gold. Think about that. All throughout the walls, all throughout the streets, man, you're going to be seeing nothing but gold. Boy, we're going to be flashing. We're going to be flashing. You see what I'm saying? You think you saw a palace? This is going to be the entire kingdom's going to look this good. Verse 19, it says, "And the foundations of the walls of the cities were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth was an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth of topaz, the 10th of chrysoprase. These is names I'd never even heard of. I gotta look these names up, man. I gotta look all these stones up, man. The 11th of jacinth, the 12th of amethyst. You see what I'm saying? And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the streets of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. Man, you can't beat something like that. You can't put a price on that, man. You gotta ask yourself, is it worth the fight? Is it worth the fight? Is it worth going through? Is all this worth going through? Worth going through public execution? Huh? Is all this worth it, man? Even Yahawah had to be reminded of that. He was about to go into all that persecution, all that trouble. You know what I'm saying? He's on the mountaintop, praying to the Most High, sweating, just sweating and sweating. And the Most High had to send him an angel, and the angel had to show him what's to be expected in the kingdom. The angel had to show him what was coming. And Yahawah got his strength back. What would cause a man to go through something as gruesome as what Yahawah went through? He had to see a vision of what was coming, man. And you can't put a price on that. You can't. This is Tobit chapter 13, verse 16. The book of Tobit chapter 13, verse 16, it says, "For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stone. Thy walls and towers and battlements were pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Alleluia. And they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahawah, which hath extolled it forever. Boy, we finna come into something fantastic, man. You can't put a price on that. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's finish this up in Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 60. Prepare yourselves, make you ready for the battle, man. Because we about to come into some serious times, but is it worth it? You damn right it is. You damn right it's worth it. You understand what's going to happen with these heathens when we get into our promise, when we get into our rulership, when we get into our royal and nobility? Huh? The least of us are going to be nobles. Even the 2/3 when they come back, they're going to be in right standing. They're going to be in right standing. They got to die first. They got to perish first brutally. They got to perish first. And I pray I'm not one of them. But even the least, when they come into the kingdom of heaven, they're going to get all of what's promised. You see what I'm saying? This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 6. It says, the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of Yahawah. You see what I'm saying? We was the lowest of the low on this side. Specifically the men. Specifically the men. Because even our women don't respect us on this side, man. Even our women don't respect us. But all that's going to change real soon. All that's going to change. All that's going to change. On this side, the woman is the prize. On this side, the woman's the prize. How do you know that? Just look at Instagram. Just look at OnlyFans. Look at all this stuff. Look at Facebook. The woman is the prize. But in the kingdom, it's going to be flipped. And the kingdom is going to be flipped. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be flipped. This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14. It says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. Boy, they gonna bow so low, they nostrils is gonna be on the ground. They nostrils is gonna be hitting the ground, man. It says, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahawah, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. The Holy One of Israel. Let me give one quick precept, man. While I was talking about the woman is gonna respect us, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And I would declare this. I would declare this proudly. That there ain't gonna be no such thing as feminism in the kingdom ever. Ever. All that foolishness is going to be destroyed and brought mighty low during Jacob's trouble. During Jacob's trouble ain't going to be no such thing as feminism ever again. See what I'm saying? Esau's influence on you women, on you so-called black women, you so-called Latino women. Oh, it's going to be done away with. All you so-called Native Indians. You see what I'm saying? All you women. All this twerking, all this WAP, all this garbage, that's going to be done away with. That's going to be gone for good. For good. All this talking back to your men, that's going to be a thing of the past. You see what I'm saying? All this Miss Independent, all this I'm a goddess, I'm a boss, I'm leveled up. All that's going to be gone, man. That's going to be gone. It says, this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be the real deal, baby. It's going to be the real deal when the Israelite man come back into his nobility. It's going to be the real deal. And you women going to be subjected to it. You women going to be subjected to it, man. And y'all going to understand what it means to be a woman. You're going to understand what it truly means to be a woman and subjected to a king. You keep calling yourselves queens? Yeah, you're going to understand what it means to be subject and under a king. You're going to know that because your man is going to be your Lord. Your man is going to be your Lord. The men, their lords are going to be, their Lord is going to be the Most High Yahawashi. The Most High Son Yahawashi. You see what I'm saying? As the Son is subjected to the Father, it's going to be the same way. It's going to be in order. It's going to be the Father, then the Son, and then the man, and then the woman. And then the woman. This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2. It says, and a man, not a woman, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. See what I'm saying? You women gonna get up under a man. All this foolish feminism garbage, that's gonna be gone. That's gonna be gone. I know that drifted off the subject a bit, you know what I'm saying? But I had to bring that out, man, because this is a time where we ain't got nothing but some harlots out here that's acting a fool. And even in Israel, even amongst Israel, these women that call themselves Hebrew Israelites, who keep acting like they ain't changed, they act no different than the world. Look, man. The Most High's got something special for y'all. Special. I mean, yo. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. Let's get it. Because we've been subjected under this rulership for far too long. We've been subjected under Esau's rule for far too long. We don't know what it's like to be of noble blood anymore. We don't know what it's like to be pristine. We don't know what it's like. We done forgot. And our women done forgot what it means to be feminine. Let's go. This is Jeremiah 4 and 30. It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with paintings, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. You see what I'm saying? You look at Instagram, you look at what's all this garbage that they go on. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans and all that garbage, man. You look at this crap, it's a mess. It's a mess. It says, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Fair meaning beautiful. It says, thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy life. All them niggas out there that cause you got 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 men under your belt that you've been sexing up. Y'all don't know how to be women no more. Y'all know how to be harlots and whores. You see what I'm saying? And the only way a so-called black man can have any kind of respect in your eyes is if he's a faggot. You see what I'm saying? He can't be a strong, stern, austere man. He can't be that no more. He can't be masculine. Because all of a sudden, that's a problem. But it says what? It says, thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy life. When anarchy is the thing out here, Ain't no cops out here for you to call on to get that nigga put in jail. Oh no, man. Oh, it's gonna be anarchy. It's gonna be lawlessness, and y'all women gonna be caught up out here, man. Ain't gonna be no protection for you. The Most High is gonna leave the judgment for your ass, so you can be caught and destroyed out here. This is verse 31. It says, "For I've heard a voice as of a woman in travail, and the anguish as of her that bringeth forth her first child, the voice of the daughters of Zion, that bewail herself, that spreadeth her hands, saying, Woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers." It's gonna get real out here for y'all. It's gonna get real out here. Ain't nobody coming to your rescue. No more Captain Save-A-Ho, none of that. Salakia, I had to bring that out. Man. The spirit jumped on me heavy to get that. And for you sisters out there that's listening in, man, and y'all ain't about that life. Listen, this ain't about you. This ain't about you. What the spirit just brought me to get, it's not for you. It's not for you. If the shoe don't fit you, you good. But if the shoe does, buy a matching purse. If the shoe does fit you, buy a matching purse, because the spirit told me to get in this, man. This is straight up prophecy for you women, because it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty for you hoes out here, for you thoughts out here. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. Had to bring that out. So I'm gonna say, call halal, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Yahawashi. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Shalom.